Dad? Dad? Dad?
Hello everyone, welcome to the second episode of CrossFit with Carol. I'm here joined today with Jared, not his dad though, because he can't find him at the moment.
Yeah, he's not here.
It's taken a strain on us all, but we're going to try and do it. I've also got a bit of a cold, so enjoy that if you're into that. If you're not, then I don't know what I can do for you.
I love hearing people talk with colds. It's my favorite thing.
I think Life with Mackie should be getting into it.
It's not a laugh track, it's just you fucking hacking.
Do you know what I watched the other day? I watched, just because you said laughing track, I watched Big Bang Theory, but without the laughing track.
Why?
Creepiest thing ever. It's the Big Bang Theory, but they take out the laughing track. And it's very creepy.
I like
that. It's just a bunch of guys complaining about their autism. It's very creepy.
Maybe it'll be watchable then.
So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing since the last time we recorded. What have you been doing with your life, Jared?
I got my screen time thing. You know what I'm talking about? There's this thing on the new iPhone iOS where it gives you a report of how long you've spent on things. You know what I mean? On the screen.
Oh god, yeah, no, I've got that.
My Twitter one was fucking
it's
literal
terrifying.
Hours a day.
Why did they decide that should be a thing? Hold on, let's go screen time.
I don't know.
I've spent 2 hours on Instagram today.
Holy shit.
2 whole hours.
I bet mine's less on the weekends because I use my phone to distract myself from my fucking job. I don't know. The whole thing is definitely a boomer idea. You know what I mean? Some parent who's mad about how often their child is spending on their phone, how much time.
I'm so rich and I have all of this money. I'm going to make this app just to prove a point to my dismissive son.
Trevor
Parenting
hasn't
101.
talked too much. All right, are we going into our first? Do you want to go into our first subject?
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So first, we're going to talk about the Lana feud. But here's the thing: I don't remember who she's feuding with. What is that person's name?
Okay, so this is a horrific tale of two people who can't agree creatively, and it's not Ellen and Jared for once. No, this is one that is between Azealia Banks, who is a rapper, and Lana Del Rey, who is a singer. So we're two complete outsiders to this situation, but we think this situation's weird because they're both what I consider fascinating people. I absolutely love Lana Del Rey. I think she's the weirdest fucking human. So I follow a lot of things that happen with her, but then this completely caught me off guard one day when I saw what was even said.
So from my understanding, when Lana tweeted at Kanye and said everyone thinks you're a cunt or something, right?
Yeah, you're a dick or something.
Yeah, and she, I guess, found out somehow that Azealia had shaded her after that, and then that's when Lana started tweeting at her, which, by the way, what is up with Azealia Banks' Twitter account? Did she just, did Lana in turn, reveal, this fake Twitter account that's hers?
No, okay, so her official Twitter account kept on getting suspended, because she's known for saying really, douchey wanky things a lot of the time, so she always has to make a new one each week, so that's why it always looks so amateur whenever she tweets something, because it's always one of her new accounts, because she just keeps on getting deleted. What I think it is Lana Del Rey recently spoke out against Kanye West, and I think Azealia Banks is friends with Kanye. I don't know enough about them too, but she shaded Lana Del Rey, saying, "Wow, okay, Lana, this would be cute if you were consistent with your outrage and refused to collab with A$AP Rocky, who has physically assaulted women too. To me, this just looks like the typical white woman using a weakened target to pretend to be an ally." But Lana Del Rey got really offended by this, and said, "You know the addy, pull up anytime, say it to my face, but if I were you, I wouldn't. I won't not fuck you the fuck up, period."
Was that I thought those tweets were just in response to her shading her over the Kanye thing.
I have no idea.
Because the one you just read, I didn't even know fucking existed.
The ones that we remember, though, is I think they just kept on popping off at each other. And Azealia Banks said, "First, we need to call the surgeon who did her pointy Michael Jackson nose and ask for some Kybella for those chicken patties." No idea what that means. Next, we need to head over to Instagram and invest in some Flat Tummy Co. lollipops and a $20 waist trainer. And then Lana Del Rey said, "I'll send you my surgeon's number and a good psychiatrist I know in LA. Your psych meds aren't working. Hashtag, you need a new cocktail."
So the thing is like the ones like telling her to pull up and I won't not fuck you the fuck up, period. Like, is she just publicly saying that I'm going to fight you? It's just such a, it's from what I understand about Lana, I don't think I'd be particularly intimidated by her.
No.
In a fighting situation. No. And it seems very uncharacteristic to tell somebody to pull up.
Also, who says Addie?
Addie? You know, like, well, that's why. Is she American?
Yeah, I think so.
That makes it even more confusing.
You know the Addie? I think it's hilarious, this whole situation. I think none of them are gonna get hurt. I feel like it's a feminist version of the KCI and Jake Paul fight. Is that his name? KCI?
KSI?
KSI.
Yeah.
I just feel like
Do you
it's
think his name is Casey?
All-girls version. No, I knew it was some letters, but I didn't know what it was.
It's so weird. But if I were you, I wouldn't. Oh, and then, oh shit, and then what's her face said, "Where's the pull-up tweet? I'm talking to my lawyer." And she said, "Tell him it's a promise, not a threat." I haven't heard anybody say that since like high school.
So it's a promise, not a threat. Oh,
Jesus.
God.
It's like the worst fight lingo I've ever heard in my life.
Like, if you heard this dialogue happening in a back alley, you wouldn't flinch twice.
Again, like, I don't know a lot about these people, but from what I understand of Azealia Banks, especially with her Twitter getting deleted all the time, the fact that she threatens to talk to her lawyer is like the least hard thing I've ever heard in my life.
I feel like if Shane Dawson did a whole docuseries on her, I would be of benefit to it, because I know that there's something weird happening there.
I mean, I think it's bullshit. We're just gonna stop hearing about it eventually. I already did, but apparently it was still going on longer than I thought. Nobody's gonna care eventually. Nothing's gonna happen. Lana Del Rey doesn't even associate with people in general, let alone going out to fight someone.
I think this is the biggest, like, gag, if you will, because, like, isn't, like, Lana Del Rey, like, notoriously known for just, like, not liking anything to do with, like, celebrity culture? Like, I've definitely read on, like, multiple places that she just, like, lives in complete isolation from everyone.
Yeah, that's our recap on that. Pull up, and you know the Addie.
Yeah, so that's that. And then going on to another icon that we know and love. About 10 minutes before we started recording this, Life with Mackie uploaded a new video, and instantly I knew it was going to be iconic, because the title is Ditzy Waitress.
Yeah,
Sassy roleplay.
If you don't know Life with Mac, she is, how old is she, like 12? Literally 12?
No, I honestly can't. Let me have a look. Let's try and stalk her here.
I'll keep talking. So she's like 12 or 13, and she decided to make ASMR videos and got huge immediately. She has 1 million subscribers. You may know her from memes on Twitter and then Instagram, because it's like always 4 weeks behind things that are relevant. She's gotten really into doing roleplay ASMR lately, which she plays a character and essentially just whispers while she plays the character.
Okay, so she's 13 years old. Her name is apparently Gracie K. So I don't know where Mac came from.
It means something. It's an acronym, I think.
Oh no, I'm reading all sorts of conflama. So this is McKenna. She's 13-year-old 8th grader who splits her time between Colorado and Virginia. She's a traveling girl. She has a popular ASMR YouTube channel called Life with Mac, which doesn't just stand for her name, but also the phrase meaning acceptance and kindness. Oh fuck, this just took her to a new level. Recently, clips of Mac have gone viral on Twitter as memes, something the 13-year-old never expected. Oh god.
Do you
I
ever
absolutely
expect
love
to be
her.
memed?
Well, this is the thing. I am starting to feel like now she knows fully that she's making content for the gays at this point. She has to know.
That's what I was wondering because, well, first, I love that she got big via meme, but it wasn't like a negative meme.
No. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it wasn't a Millie Bobby Brown situation whatsoever. But, like, they just, like, took pieces of her video and made, like, fucking funny memes about them or whatever. But, like you said, that was my point, is, like, does she know to what parts are going to end up being memes at this point? Because there's a meme out of every video.
She's just a straight up fucking funny bitch. I think she's fully aware of it at this point. She's very calculated of what she does, and it actually is incredibly clever.
I think so too. I think it's like a cross between, like, she knows when something's memeable, but also she still has that like childlike imagination that helps her make these fucking weird scenarios. Like the quote, oh god, I try to remember some quotes from the video because I just watched it, when she specifies where each, okay, so there's a part in the video, the thing is she's a ditzy waitress and it's like supposedly her first day, and she states while she's pretend interacting with the customers that it's her first day and that she's an aspiring model / actor, and for some reason when she starts giving the drink options she says milk from moo cows, orange from oranges, orange juice from oranges. Like, I was watching it and I was like, she has to, I know that she knows that this isn't how waitressing works, because if this was a real scenario, this waitress would be spending like 3 hours with the fucking customers. I mean, she's definitely smart, because firstly, she's using a green screen. I've never done that. Like, yeah, she's using a green screen, and also she's like making these videos, and she's a lot more socially aware than I was at 13. I can say that.
Oh yeah, oh for sure. And like, what do her parents think? Like, do they know what's happening? Are they like just being like stage parents at this point, being like, oh yeah, sure, go for your successes?
I haven't watched, but there is absolutely a video. Yeah, with her mom.
I'm just looking at my notes from this last one, and I just write the sentences, "Ma'am, I forgot to mention I love your necklace. Why did it take her so long to compliment someone?" And
it was just on her mind.
Beyonce karaoke then gives up.
Oh, yeah. There's a part in the video where she just fucking starts singing Beyonce, "If you like it, put a ring on it," for some reason.
And then she's like, there's this weird ongoing joke that she has with, like, I'm guessing the husband, that he hasn't, like, proposed. Oh no, the boyfriend, and he hasn't proposed yet. And so she's singing "If you like it, you should have put a ring on it." And then later on she's like, "Oh, and would you like anything else with your food? Maybe some courage and commitment to pop the question?"
Imagine getting called out by a 13-year-old waitress. But yeah. Oh, I should mention that I feel like, I'm saying this now anyways, anything that we mention in the podcast today, I'm gonna try to link in the description.
Okay, cool. Thanks for the logistics.
So this next, I don't know, like, do I want to like just go at it like a fucking cave person? This next thing we're gonna, okay. So we wanted to talk about the Shane Dawson series, which I'm sure no one has heard enough about yet. We just want to talk about it as a whole, I think, and just, I don't really know.
Shane Dawson, a professional conspiracy theorist, maker of videos, has recently made a docu-series about, would you say the rise and fall of Jake Paul? Did he have a rise? Like,
it just depends on who if you're asking like a 10-year-old or like a normal person.
if you're asking Life with Mac.
Yeah, so we're up to part 5 at this point, right?
I think so, yeah.
Have you watched all of it?
I think it's been 6.
Oh. I've watched all of it. I just don't know how many there are.
yeah, I mean, I'm at the point now, as I'm sure a lot of people are, where I do just drop everything and watch it as soon as it comes out.
Same. It's always like right after I'm like out of work, so I just immediately get into it.
So the last episode we met Jake Paul, and it was just like filming him around his house, I guess. Like it felt a bit weird. Like they're definitely trying to push this narrative of, oh, he's a human being with feelings and thoughts too, as many people feared would happen.
Which is a strange thought if you think about it. Like, people just want to be like perpetually mad. So like the minute you learn that somebody is an actual person, you have to forgive them, even though that's not the case.
A lot of people I've spoken to have been like, oh yeah, no, it's really it's working on me. Like the whole Jeffree Star thing, like, worked on other people. Like for both of those things, actually, I didn't come out of there being like, oh, they're cool. Like, I still, I watched all. I didn't know a lot about Jeffree Star beforehand, other than he used to be famous on MySpace, and then suddenly he started getting into like the whole beauty industry, and I was like, I remember him.
You did watch that series too?
Yeah. Afterwards, I'm like, I'd be cool if I don't hear the words Jeffree Star again for a while. Like, I was very much like, meh.
Yeah, I think. At first I didn't plan on watching that series because like I didn't understand what it was about. You know what I mean? Because I was like, I feel like it was marketed really weird, and I was just like, okay, I don't really care about the beauty industry.
It came out of the TanaCon one, and the TanaCon one was very structured. Whereas the Jeffree Star one, it wasn't as structured. Like, you met him in the first episode, and it just kind of felt like a video, like a one-off. And then they went more into it, so it was weird because he hadn't properly decided his format of his episodes at that point. But then with going into this this Jake Paul one, I think everyone kind of knew from the get-go that it was like a proper investigational thing, and like the fact that you didn't even meet Jake until the 5th episode, like,
I mean, I will say, like, firstly, I don't know how much we'll get into this, but I need to apologize for the amount of hot takes I have on this, but like, I do think it is a bit like drawn out, but I don't hate it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not like, oh, this fucking shit again, but I do think it's drawn out. But like, do I really need to watch Shane watch videos for 20 minutes? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He does it well, but
I think for me, the attraction is watching Shane do it, because I do respect him for how long he's been part of the community for. I know he's done some really shitty things in the past. And I don't particularly love his content outside of this. I think I'm just very, like, he feels familiar, so I'd rather him host something than, say, if, like, a new person to, like, the YouTube game started doing, like, an investigational thing. It wouldn't do as well, because I feel like everyone just feels like, oh, Shane, he feels like a staple, he's giving his take on it. Whereas I feel like now it's getting to the point where we watch because it's Shane, and no one really goes to these videos being like, oh, I hope to see some subtle video making. Like, it's very much like, oh my god, that member of Team 10 really did not like it, I'm gonna cry over this for 10 minutes and try and figure out what that means, you know? It feels very just saturated at this point.
Yeah, it's because I wasn't subscribed. I didn't watch Shane until he started making this sort of content, I think. Mm-hmm. And just think of, like, you or I did an investigation series, like, nobody would be there past episode 2. Do you know what I mean? So he, like, really benefits from how he's sort of implemented his personality and, like, who he already is. Like, he benefits from the fact that people know him and they want to see his reaction to these videos, which is fine. Like, I'm not complaining, I'm just stating. But it's kind of like imagine, like, if I did a 5-part series, a 5, 8, whatever the fuck, and one of them was just me talking about and watching videos of someone.
Yeah. I know, yeah.
I could never get away with that. Yeah, but again, like, I don't hate it. Like, I'm carried through the whole time. I don't get bored.
It's just the name of the game, like, and it's just, you know, is what it is. Like, but I don't go into these episodes with the full expectation that I'm gonna just be immersed in this whole world of people who watch Jake Paul and finding it fascinating, and then, you know, he's actually quite a nice guy. Like, I know that I'm not gonna be getting into that. So
Yeah.
I can feel safe in watching it, being like, yeah, I can watch this from a completely unbiased point of view.
Well, it's not reasonable to say, oh, he's actually a nice guy, because then the question is, what did you hate him for before?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like, did you just hate him because everybody else did? Like, you can still hate him / his actions and realize, oh shit, he actually has thoughts sometimes. You know what I mean? And I think there's a lot of, like, occasionally I see like a tweet on my timeline that's like, oh, Shane chooses these privileged white people and gives them a redemption arc and blah 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 blah. I don't see a redemption arc in any of these videos. No, that is literally people filling in the blanks. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And it's completely in their control whether or not you choose to redeem him. Like, I'm coming away from this, and now I'm at the end of the series. I feel like the next few episodes probably not going to change my mind too much. The way I just look at him now is, oh fuck, he's just a frat boy who has a camera.
Exactly.
Like, these people exist all the time. And now we're just seeing it in a more personal way because this person's physically just filming themselves do this. And so it's not, I don't look at him in the same light as his brother, who I genuinely think is just a piece of shit. But I just feel like he is a harmless little frat boy, honestly.
Yeah, he's a personality. Like, we're just finding out that, oh, Jake is not the same all the time as he is on camera, which if you didn't know that already, like, that's your bad, I guess. Like, I don't know. Literally, for me, what's gonna happen is it's gonna end, and I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, now I know more about Jake Paul, and then I'm just gonna be ready for, like, the next one.
I do wonder who he'll go into, though. Like, I have a feeling that he's gonna want to do someone who is not trying to redeem something and just going into, like say, Jenna Marbles. I feel like he might want to do that, be like, how did she manage to remain as, like, whether or not you like her content, like, everyone can acknowledge that she has managed to sustain relevance for a lot of years. And I feel like that would be just a nice light-hearted docuseries to do.
I think that it would at this point be beneficial for him to do, like, a more comedic one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because it's been a while.
Yeah. Like, there's only so many badly lit shots of crying on a sofa I can take now.
Yeah, and people do miss, like, the cast, quote unquote, that he has. You know what I mean? Like, people want to see Garrett, they want to see Morgan and all that.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that is my take on that.
Yeah, and that's our 2 cents. Okay.
We're just gonna discuss a Vine, right? From each of us.
Yes, I think so.
Okay. So you can explain it.
So I thought that we would just, like, discuss our favorite Vine that we feel like needs talking about every single week.
Yeah, so I'm gonna bring one to the table, and then Ellen will bring one to the table. And again, this is kind of the main reason why I said I wanted to link them, because I understand that you and I have a pretty vast knowledge, and most of our favorite Vines are extremely underground, so to speak. So I definitely want to link them, because there's a good chance that whatever we talk about isn't going to be one that anybody knows.
I mean, my one this week is fairly well known. It's the guy who's clearly very stoned, and he's sitting in his bedroom and someone's filming him, and he says, okay, blonde girl, her name was Liz. It was on the Disney Channel, and then someone goes, Lizzie McGuire, and then he goes, Lizzie McGuire. And I just feel like it's such a joy of humanity. Like, I feel like that video, it's not necessarily as a massive knee slapper, it just makes me happy, because you just see someone finally figure out something that they've obviously been pondering for a while, and you get to that nice, like, satisfying point of his whole process.
that and you kind of see, like, this nostalgic joy wash over his face within a 6-second clip.
And it's the way that he describes her with, like, clearly not a high value of her, because he's just like, white girl, her name was Liz.
Lizzie McGuire.
Lizzie McGuire. Yeah, I think it's a wonderful one. What's your one, Jay?
So I think you might know what mine's gonna be.
You have a lot of faves, but I'm very excited.
See, I was trying to come up with a different one because it's gonna be a fucking bitch for me to find it. but there's this Vine. Ellen and I. Okay, so a little bit of backstory. Ellen and I, we're always sending each other Vine compilations with timestamps of ones that are like new to us or like we haven't seen around before. And there was one that I saw, and I was like, Ellen, if you see this Vine, you need to tell me because I need to see it again. and then one day you sent me a compilation with a different timestamp, and I just kept watching it. It was in there. I don't know the title of it, but what happens is there's like somebody filming, and it's 3 dudes in a car, and there's a guy in the passenger seat, and he's like smoking and like trying to make like smoke rings and like, you know, blow it out and like breathe it back in, whatever the fuck they do. And there's a guy behind him in the back seat, and there's another guy next to him, and the guy behind him in the back seat, he starts like, I'm doing the motion but I can't explain it, like waving his arms back and forth while the guy's doing the smoking things, the smoking tricks, and he starts going, look, I'm a fan. No, he says, look, I'm a helicopter, sorry. And he just keeps going, look. No, maybe it's fan. I don't know.
I still don't think I've seen this.
I'm gonna have to find it. So, and he starts waving his arms, and he goes, look, I'm a fan. And then right at the end, you see the guy that's doing the thing kind of turn around, just like, what the fuck is happening behind me? And I don't know if it's because he's like super high and confused, but like that is mine. It's my favorite thing. There's just so many layers. Like, why is the person filming to begin with? Is it part of a longer video? How come just one guy is smoking? Why are they in a car? Like, there's just a lot going on. I love Vines that have unanswered questions.
Oh yeah, me too. Leaves you lingering for more. I remember you explaining it to me, and I was just like, I don't think I've ever seen this one, and I still don't think I've ever seen this one, so I'm very excited.
I'm gonna have to scroll back in our message to find it. This has been Golly Gosh with Ellen. Thank you for listening.
I still can't find the password to delete that. That's always going to be on iTunes now. I can't figure out how to delete it. It's awful. So yeah, cheers everyone. This was episode 2 of CrossFit with Carol.
Thanks for listening. If you made it this far,
we didn't cross many fit, but we sure did have a good time. Yeah, enjoy. Have a good week. Maybe write in the comment section if you're doing anything nice. We can maybe talk about that, or yeah, cheers for listening. Episode 2 done. Donezo.
Cool. Thanks everyone.
Yeah, see you later.